I mean, I don't know. You never met me before, so. If you guys are dealing with the heat wave, I am right there with you. It is literally hell. Hey, it's Tyler, and today I'm going to share my entire CD collection. I have a lot of CDs because I love physical media. I feel like we all need more physical media in our lives. There was this thing that my parents did when digital music and digital movies became the new thing. They got rid of everything physical that we had. Movies, CDs, old VHSs I grew up with. They got rid of everything. And I don't know what that did to me, but it kind of made me feel like I lost something. So a lot of the CDs that I have here are all CDs that I have kept really close to me from my dear life and begged them not to get rid of them. Or I had to rebuy a lot of these because I was like, why are we getting rid of all of our CDs? I loved all my CDs. So the fact that they're slowly coming back into stores, I can greatly appreciate that. And I've been buying a lot more CDs this year than any year because I've just been loving to see the physical media coming back. I think I'll just start with my bag that I have CDs in. So if you know me for a while, I think you recognize this bag. But here I have some CDs on here. People always ask how I made this. I literally just safety pinned and taped some CD booklet pages to an existing bag that I already had. So it's not the most durable, but it's pretty it can do some activity. But here I have the whole lid through this CD and the In Utero Nirvana album, Avril Lavigne Let Go, Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, and My Chemical Romance 3 Cheers. And then this is the cover art for American Hi-Fi. The CD's not in here. And then on the other side we have all of the Nirvana cover art. Here, I'm just gonna show you from a different angle, but there's all the cover art for Nirvana. That's a big reason why I have a lot of physical media, is because it comes with little pictures and sometimes even posters where you can put them on your wall. This right here is from one of my favorite soundtracks ever. I mentioned it in my Q&A video. If you haven't watched that, please feel free to watch it. It's a good one. This album art is from one of my favorite movie soundtracks. It's the 1996 Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. I'll see if we can get better footage of it later, but I just love that album. I love that movie, just the aesthetic and the music. It's just so nostalgic, and I just love the modern representation of Romeo and Juliet, even though people hated it when it came out. But anyway, let's get into my CD collection. I can't see it, but I have a little red radio over there that I keep all of these CDs next to because I love, these are the ones that I have on repeat, as well as a stack right here that I've been playing on repeat a lot. But actually, sorry, before I get into that, I'm gonna go into the probably nichest CD collector's item that I have. So I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's probably not a surprise to you, but I have this CD compilation from 1990, and it is a Rocky Horror Picture Show 15th anniversary collection. And when you open it, it's a box right here. There is a little booklet, which is actually, I forgot this was in here. Oh my God, I might go through this and oh my God, there's beautiful pictures in here. Oh my goodness. Just, see, this is what I'm talking about, physical media. I love this stuff. Okay, but here are all of these soundtracks of the Rocky Horror Picture Show in CD form. It is not just the movie soundtrack, it's the original play soundtrack as well, because movie soundtrack is a lot different from the play soundtrack. Actually, I haven't opened this in a really long time, but they're kind of stuck in there. But all of these are all CDs with different cover art, which is absolutely amazing. I love cover art. That is I already said it, but that's like the main reason why I love this so much. And I actually keep this stored next to my bed because I think the artwork on the front looks really cool. So that's where this one stays. All right, now let's get into physical CDs. Go to the ones that I got recently. I actually just thrifted this one recently, but it is the Kitty album from, I think, 2000. Yes, from 2000. I recommended this band in my Q&A video. I've been loving this band. I never listened to them. I knew a little bit of their songs, but I never heard the entire album. And this album is so good if you're really into that like early 2000s, like heavy metal, like Riot Girl rock. Just look at these amazing photographs. Just so stunning. I love cover art, and I love how albums are put together. It's like a book. It's art to me. But there's this one, Kitty. This album is called Spit, and I didn't realize it, but that artist, Poppy, that kind of like, I call Poppy a retail music artist, but Poppy did a cover of their song Spit, and I heard Poppy's version first before I heard their version. So when I heard this version, I was like, wait, that's a Poppy song. And I thought that was funny because I didn't realize that it was from Kitty, but now I do. I love this album so much. Escape the Fate. This is from, what is it? The year 2011, I want to say. But this album I had on repeat so much. I loved it so much. And this is the one that does not have, God, what's his name? Why do I forget his name? Ronnie Radke. But this one does not have Ronnie Radke. This is when, like, after he left. But this album, so good. Vocals are amazing. I love Issues, Zombie Dance, and Day of Reckoning is a really good one. And, and Gorgeous Nightmare. But literally, the entire album is good. But those are just my favorites. I recently thrifted this one because it's really nostalgic to me, but it is an original Britney Spears CD from, like, this is the very, very first album. This is, like, the very first album. There's only one song on here, and it's Hit Me Baby One More Time. But this, I just, like, when I saw it in the store, I thrifted a lot of these from my favorite music thrift store downtown, but this was just so eye-catching to me. I'm a huge supporter of the Free Britney movement. I think we all just need to leave that girl alone. Here I have an Avril Lavigne album. This is Under My Skin. If you really love the song Losing Grip from the Let Go album, the vibes and the aesthetics of that song is very much the aesthetic of this whole album. I think it was based off of that song. But this is like her most emo sounding album, Under My Skin. And I love this album so much. This actually came with a little poster that I put on that wall that I'll show you later. But that is why I like loved it so much. I love it. Just the pictures. This is a really good album. I will say, I think my favorite song is probably, what is it? I love Take Me Away. I really love My Happy Ending, Don't Tell Me, and Nobody's Home, of course. But literally every song on here is really good. 9 Inch Nails CD. This is the Downward Spiral album. It looks like this. Just really cool cover art. Really cool band. I love 9 Inch Nails. Here I have some more early 2000s music. I never owned this as a kid, but when I saw it, I was like, I gotta get it. I think it's funny that this girl, Ashley Simpson, got canceled for lip singing on, what was it, SNL, and then everyone hated her, and the newscaster was making fun of her the next day. And it's just funny that now it's like people don't care about that kind of stuff, but back then they cared so much that she lip sync, she blamed her band for it, you know, the whole thing. But this is also a very like kind of angsty emo album. I mean, not really. It's more of like older sister core, you know what I mean? Like that Y2K brother core. This is like Y2K's like sister core. So I love Ashley Simpson. This one we have Korn, Follow the Leader. You know, this is a really good album. How do you not like Korn? But this one I want to kind of go pretty fast because I have a lot of CDs to go through, so I can't like spend too much time with everything. Here I have the Eurythmics album. If you don't know the Eurythmics, they were kind of like I want to say, this is where Annie Lennox comes from. It's just really nostalgic, reminds me of my mom. But this one came with a really cool poster that I actually forgot that I had, but when you open it up, look, it comes a really cool poster you can put on your wall. Like, come on. Isn't that just enough to get a physical CD? Here we have Avril Lavigne, Goodbye Lullaby. This album has Alice on it from the Alice in Wonderland movie when it was coming out. Black Star was one that was from her perfume that she released. What the Hell was popular. Wish You Were Here, Smile. Literally a lot of these songs are really good on here as well. Actually, just repurchased this CD because the physical cover art, I still have it. It's on my wall in my bathroom, but I destroyed this booklet like a long time ago. It was all like in my binder. It's like so much other stuff, but yeah, there's the Goodbye Lullaby album. Really good album. I really do like Alice. Just everything. Smile's a really good one. Yeah, everything on here is good. Oranthe, is that what they're called? Oranthe. I only got this for the According to You song, but this was like, I want to say she's Australian. I forget, but I really did like that song According to You, so that's why I got this CD. And there's actually a reason why I got it, but I'll show you that later. Here's an Evanescence CD, Fallen. I thrifted this one. I think my mom had this CD growing up because I remember seeing this CD in like the visor that she had in the car, but I don't ever remember seeing the CD album art. So I don't know if that just like she lost that or something. Okay, here's a cool one. This is Crazy Town. This has so much nostalgia to me because my mom, when I was a kid, she like got like tattoos and she got her tongue pierced, and she would have friends come over that had like tattoos and piercings, and they'd bring all this like CDs and music, and they would, you know, watch movies, like, I don't know, just party, I guess. And this was one of their CDs that they brought that I remember physically seeing. But this has that song Butterfly on it. That's like the come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar baby. Like that is so like, I feel like very early 2000s baddie music. I just love that cover art. I think he sadly passed away, I think last year, so RIP, but really good album, really good cover art in so early 2000s. Just amazing. Here we have Chapel Roan. I like this album, obviously, I love Chapel Roan, but why is it a paper album? Girl. Also, the pictures in here, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Love Chapel Roan, but I don't like that it's paper. And also the cover art in here, I'm a little disappointed with because it folds out into a poster, and I was like, ooh, it's a poster. And then it's just this beige poster with a postcard for her dad or something. I'm sorry, I don't think it was that exciting, but I feel like it could have been better. Give me a bigger poster of Chapel, but yeah, Chapel Roan. I like this one. I just wish it wasn't a paper. I don't like paper albums. I know that that's like the more affordable way, but give me a physical plastic album, okay? I just don't like paper albums, but I still like that I have this one. Here I have a Brat album. I just really think this album is gonna go down in history as a really big album for the time that it came out because it has such a minimal design, but from looking at it, you're like, oh, that's the Brat era of music. And I feel like this just really it's gonna go down in history. It's like one of those albums that you see and oh my god. Do I just... Okay, so I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. There's a house that's next to my window and there's birds on it. But I think they're chasing a rat. Oh my god, okay. Just when I brought up rat, there's a rat on my roof. Ooh, maybe that's not a good sign. But this album, I feel like it's gonna go down in history as one of those albums that kind of was that time. This is like the Lorde Pure Heroin album from the 2010s, but this is like the Brat Charlie album from the 2020s. You know what I mean? It's gonna be listening like that. But I think this album is really iconic for its time. Here I have a Ghost album that I just recently purchased. I've heard that Ghost is like the Kiss of our generation. Like Kiss was like the 70s and 80s, but then like Ghost is like this like era's version of Kiss. I thought that was interesting. This one was cool because it comes with a patch. I thought that was really cool. Oh my god, okay. So here I have Escape the Fate Situations CD. This is also an album that I constantly had on repeat in high school. We actually had, so I had this CD from our public library in town. I don't understand why they had this CD, but a friend of mine, they rented the CD from the library, but they never gave it back. And then they were not able to go back to the library ever again because they never gave back that CD. But here is the physical CD. People still talk about this album, even though Ronnie Radke is like a really interesting person nowadays. But still, the music is great and the cover art is amazing. I love this cover art. I think it's a staple in the emo music genre. Just amazing cover art, amazing pictures. I think the model in here was Maddie Murders. Was that her name? I totally forget. Something like that. I think it's Maddie Murders. But such an amazing album. I mean, come on. I listened to this in my first emo sleepover, and that sleepover still holds a lot of memories to me because of this album. Here I have a Linkin Park album. This is a paper copy. I honestly just bought this because I haven't seen a Linkin Park album in forever, so I got this in person very recently. But this just has all of their greatest hits on here. I love Linkin Park. I really think their music is amazing. Rest in peace, Chester. I think he is such an amazing artist, amazing singer, and such an amazing, like, person. I really love Linkin Park. Okay, here I have another early 2000s older sister CD, but here I have Lindsay Lohan's Speak. This was something that I was gifted when I was a kid in... I forget what year. I think it was when it came out, but I got it for, I want to say for Christmas. But this CD is such, like, okay. People want to say what you want to say about Lindsay Lohan. I gotta say, whoever wrote this album for her to sing, I still listen to these songs. I listen to every single song on this album. Like, I love every single song on this album. I really love, what is it called? Something I Never Had. That is such a good song. And Very Last Moment in Time. Disconnected. Just really good, amazing songs. I love this album from Lindsay Lohan. And it is in the original like plastic shrink wrap packaging, but I haven't opened it because it still has the original like sticker that says Lindsay Lohan Speak. And I bought new CDs recently, and they don't have that little sticker anymore, so I kind of keep it for that reason. If you're into some early 2000s older sister music, I gotta say this one by Lindsay Lohan, Speak, is such a good like early 2000s baddie album. My gosh. Okay, then here is another Lindsay Lohan album. I don't have the cover art in here because I have it on my wall, but this is one that came out in 2005. It's called A Little More Personal. This is when like she was in her blonde era, but this has like Confessions of a Broken Heart, Black Hole, My Beautiful Life. Super more on the like angsty side, but still pretty like it's like a softer version of this, but still goes pretty hard. Like I feel like this is maybe a little softer than this. I don't know. This is like the Courtney Love version of this. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Here I have a 2010 staple, Lorde Pure Heroine. This album I feel like is just as iconic as like the Brat album. See how like they're so simple, but they still have so much significance to the eras that they belong to. The nostalgia that I felt listening to this back then and still when I listen to it now, just such a work of art. Every single song is amazing. I will say my favorite is probably Ribs and A World Alone. Just a really good album. Like, holy shit. And then here we have the William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet soundtrack from 1996. I want to say this is the volume 2 version. This one has more of like the, it has more sound bites from like the movies and music from the movies. This one has When Doves Crown It by Quentin Tarver. If you guys are interested in like this album, I really recommend it. It's such a good album. Here's the other one that came out. This is like the more this is like the volume 1 version. This one has Garbage on it, Butthole Surfers, The Cardigans, that really popular song, Love Fool, Quentin Tarver, Everybody's Free, The Wanna Dies, Radiohead is on here. I think the reason why I have volume 2 is because this one has When Doves Cry by Quentin Tarver on it, but this one does not, I want to say. Yeah, it does not have When Doves Cry. But When Doves Cry by Quentin Tarver, holy shit, such a good song. But I love these. I will keep this with me forever. I will listen to this for the rest of my life. Such great music and a great aesthetic overall. Here I have Avril Lavigne's more recent album. This is Love Sucks. I liked it. I will say it feels like she's trying to go back to that more like angsty version of herself. I like this. I think she wrote this after she broke up with Maud's son, I want to say. I like Love It When You Hate Me is a good one. I really liked F You. It's a good album. I will say it is. Hopefully she gets more into that like under my skin vibe. You know what I mean? Avril Lavigne, Best Damn Thing. I remember asking this for my birthday one year, and I remember I had to tell my grandma like, oh, it's called The Best Damn Thing. And she's like, I think I made a joke about it in like a TikTok, but it was like, there is like minor swearing in this, but come on, it's like Avril Lavigne. And this is like the era that like shocked everyone when she came out with this, because it was like, she was blonde, she was more edgy, but still poppy. This is kind of like the, I don't know, more marketed Avril Lavigne than we see nowadays, other than like her Let Go album era self. That was kind of like her breakthrough into the media that made her super famous. But then this was like, oh, let's turn her into a brand. Let's create Abby Dawn. Let's give her this cool girl, like angsty, emo, like I'm a bad girl that wears pink kind of vibe. I feel like this is a pretty historic album. Very like Mean Girls era. I mean, as I say with my Mean Girls poster in the background. Every single song on here is really good. This is actually a mix from when I was a teenager. I made the cover art for it, but it's from 2011. New Year's playlist that we would play, parties and stuff. I drew all the cover art in here, but this is like a moment in my history of just really nostalgic music. I didn't make the CD, someone else did. This is all of the music that is on this CD. So if you guys want to pause and you can listen to what is on this CD. But the first song is According to You by Oranthe, and that's why I had that CD that I showed you earlier. But like Christina Grimmie is on here. Saving Jane is on here. Jessie J is on here. Just really eclectic mix of like emo and scene music is going to be on here. So if you guys want to listen, please feel free to let me know if you guys like it or not. So those are all of the CDs that I had next to my radio. Now let me go through my entire crate that I have right here. I can't pick it up because it's too heavy, but I'm just gonna go through each one. I'm already at like 30 minutes, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. So I have this like full leather like CD booklet that I have that has CDs in here. These are like CDs that I don't have like the physical like CD or artwork for anymore. It's just like the physical CD itself. Here I have Kesha's Animal. This CD is so old, as you can see. She has been through it with all the scratches and everything. We have Kesha's Cannibal right here. I feel like I should get these CDs again so I can get the cover art. Here I have Hilary Duff's Most Wanted. This has like the songs Wake Up and Beat of My Heart on it. Okay, here is LaRue. Does anyone remember LaRue? She kind of had like one moment and then she kind of disappeared. I have no idea what happened to her, but yeah, LaRue that has that song Bulletproof on it that was kind of going viral on TikTok several years ago. Here we have Lady Gaga's The Fame, her first album, of course. And then behind that, I have the Crow soundtrack. Here I have the Gorillaz soundtrack. It's actually kind of dirty. I don't know how that happened, but here I have the Gorillaz, not Gorillaz soundtrack. Here I have the Gorillaz CD. Super good album. Here I have the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. So there's two CDs. One CD is the music from the original motion picture, and then the second CD, it's like actual artists doing covers from music from the movies. Like we have Fall Out Boy singing What's This? We have Amy Lee from Evanescence singing Sally's song, and we have, or is that Fiona Apple? I forget, but like there is a lot of really good songs on here. Oh my god, we have the Triple X movie soundtrack. I forgot that I had that. And I have another, actually I had two copies of the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory. Here I have No Doubt CD, Rocksteady. Here I have Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork Tree. Oh my god, such a good album. Such emo. And then here's actually my physical copy of the Lindsay Lohan CD. As you can see, it is damaged from tape that I had on there, but here it is, and this is how I can listen to the music that's on that CD without opening it. And what else do we have? We have Lady Gaga, The Fame Monster. We have Twilight. Here we have Lady Gaga's new album, Mayhem, that I just got recently. I love that one. Here I have Lady Gaga's Art Pop. That was actually not liked when it first came out, but I really did like a lot of the music on here. So Lady Gaga's Art Pop. Here we have another copy of Lady Gaga's first album, The Fame, as you can see. Here I have Lady Gaga, Born This Way. The cover art is actually all on my wall over there because I loved it so much. Here I have another copy of Avril Lavigne's Goodbye Lullaby. So I have two copies of that. Here I had Nirvana's Greatest Hits. Just like not like a specific Nirvana album, it's just like Greatest Hits albums. And then here I have another Nirvana CD, but I actually have the CD in the booklet that I keep in the car. Here I had Nirvana's Nevermind CD. Here I have an original copy of Dying Is Your Latest Passion, Escape the Fate CD. This is severely damaged, especially the booklet. It's like severely water damaged. So I got this from eBay for like $10 and I was like, oh, score. And then, yeah, it is a very damaged album. Here I have The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. It's a good album. I have the rest of the cover art on my wall. Here I have The Cure. I think this is the Wish album. Love that album. It's a good one. Here we have Green Day's American Idiot album. This is such a good album. Like, every single song is a hit. So good. Here I have another 2010s, like, staple, Crybaby, Melanie Martinez era. I've had that for such a long time. Oh my goodness. And then here I have, these are all Britney Spears CDs. So if you don't like Britney Spears, you can skip to this part. But here we have the first album from 1999, second album, Oops, I Did It Again. A lot of the cover art is missing because I have it on my wall. Here is the Britney Spears album. I think it's like her third album from like, that has like A Slave for You on it. Here's the In the Zone album that has Toxic on it. Here's the Blackout album that has a Piece of Me and Give Me More on it. Here's the Britney Spears Circus album that has If You Seek Amy and Womanizer and Circus. And then here is the Femme Fatale album. There's a paper album. For some reason, she only came out with paper albums for this one. I don't know why. And her last album, which is Glory, it's this beige one, which I'm actually not that big of a fan of. So I think the best one I will say is probably Blackout. Ooh, here we have some rare gems in here. Here I have a Bjork album. I love this album. It's one of those albums my mom would have in the car and would play for us. But the song that I really loved on here was Venus as a Boy and There's More to Life Than This. It's like played live at the Milk Bar toilets. But that song is such like a 90s, early 2000s like retail song that I really liked. So there's that one. Here I have American Hi-Fi. The album art is in my bag, but I really love the song Flavor of the Week. I love the music video too. It's such a good music video. Here I have Left in the Middle by Natalie Imbruglia. The cover art is on my wall, but this has that iconic 90s song called Torn. I was really into that song for some reason when I was a teenager. Oh wow, here's a rare one. Here I have, you can definitely tell that I am emo, I am gay, and I'm also just love me a weird album too. So here is Madonna's album called Confessions on the Dance Floor. This has that song Hung Up on it, Sorry on it. I really liked Forbidden Love. Here I have AC/DC Back in Black. Yeah, AC/DC. I mean, I'm a casual listener of AC/DC. It's very dad rock. Here I have Christina Aguilera CD. This is her only album that I liked of hers, besides the Bionic album, which I don't have, unfortunately. But here I have Stripped. This one has the songs like Can't Hold Us Down. That was like a diss to Eminem. It has Fighter, Infatuation, Beautiful, her big one there, Dirty, of course. I like me some Christina Aguilera here and there. Oh my god, here we have Aha, the iconic Take On Me band album. I have this in vinyl, which I love more. A lot of 80s CDs that I collected, they look like this, where they're like clear, but then the thing that holds CD is black, and then their CDs itself are like super plain and like minimal. And then yeah, there's Aha. What year is this from? 1985. Oh my goodness. Then here we have Demi Lovato's CD. This is the Skyscraper album. I think I liked it for only that song. And what other songs were on here? Oh, Unbroken's a good one. Oh my god, Dev is on here. Do you guys remember Dev? She had that song, Dancing in the Dark. Give Your Heart a Break is a good song. Yeah, that doesn't even look like Demi Lovato in the back. Does that look like Demi Lovato? It's kind of looking like Miley Cyrus. All right, we are almost done. Here I have a Pink's Greatest Hits CD. I don't know. I like me some Pink every now and then. She has a couple good songs that I like. I really like the song Most Girls because when you listen to that, you're like, this is Pink. Doesn't sound like Pink. Blondie's Greatest Hits. Here I have the Go-Go's. Oh my gosh, literally my mom's like music in here. You know, Our Lips Are Sealed, Head Over Heels, Vacation, the Go-Go's. Oh my gosh. Another Blondie CD and another Blondie CD. Oh my goodness. My mom's music. Ooh, then here's some more. We have the Breakfast Club soundtrack. As you can see, like, every 80s CD looks like this. Breakfast Club soundtrack. Pretty in Pink soundtrack. Oh my gosh, here's a rare one. The Rugrats movie soundtrack. This has a lot of really cool artists on it. Blackstreet and Maya. And No Doubt is on here. Oh my god, I didn't realize that. I think it's interesting that like the Rugrats movie was coming out and then all these major artists wanted to work on here. It's interesting. The Burlesque movie soundtrack. I mean, come on. You gotta love it. This is such a good album. It's another soundtrack, but it is the Juno soundtrack with Kimya Dawson from the Moldy Peaches on here. Such a good movie and such a good soundtrack. So good. Oh my god, here we go. Here we have my high school era as well. Twilight soundtrack from the first movie, Twilight Eclipse soundtrack from the third movie, and then the Breaking Dawn soundtrack. Those are the only Twilight CDs that I have, which I'm surprised by. And then here's the last little few of them. Here I have Troy. Okay. Is it Troy Sivan? Troy Sivan? I think it's Troy Sivan. But here I have Blue Neighborhood from Troy Sivan. It was an okay album. Where is Troy Sivan? He came out with a song, I think, last year, but like, is he still like popping off? I don't know. Here's an Adele CD. This is the album 21. Adele is great, okay? Don't judge me for that. Ooh, here we have The Fray. Oh my gosh. This has Over My Head. Oh, and How to Save a Life. Oh my god. So angsty, so emo, and I love it so much. Oh my god. Even like, I don't know where the cover art for this is. Damn, I gotta find that. But like, such great music. Come on. Oh, then here's the Nirvana In Utero album case. Then here's the 3 Cheers case that I have. And this is the whole album case that I have as well. And then here I have a Rihanna album case, but I have no idea where the CD is or the cover art. I have no idea where the CD is. Feel bad. Here I have another Britney Spears album. This is her Britney Jean album, but I don't know where the CD is, and I also don't know where the cover art is, so it's just a shell of a bug just leaving in here. Oh my god. And that concludes all of my CDs. There are some more, but they are in the car, and the car is currently not here, so those are all of my CDs. Let me know you guys' favorites. And if you guys have any more questions on specific CDs, feel free to let me know. And yeah, I had a lot of fun sharing with you guys all my CDs. And hope you guys enjoy this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Ooh, actually, before I go, I'm going to show you all of the cover art that I have on my walls from CDs. Hang on. This is the Avril Lavigne cover art poster that came with the Under My Skin album. I just love this. Behind it, it's like the cover art for the Under My Skin album, but I love this picture a lot more. So cool. Over here, I have all of Britney Spears' cover art in a little section. Because I love me Britney Spears. I mean, come on. Such an icon for pop music. There's another Britney Spears like album CD, which is actually like a greatest hits album CD, and that's why I have a lot of the like music video cover art in here. There have Natalie and Bruglia up there. And I want to say over here I have Whole Lived Through This album cover art. This was inspired by Carrie, and then also Olivia Rodrigo was inspired by it, so she did it as well. Here we have the Cure album artwork. More of the Cure, the Cure, the Cure, the Cure. Just the Cure everywhere. Over here we have Nirvana. I want to say this is In Utero. I love the pictures on here. Isn't that so cool? Over here we have Lindsay Lohan's A Little Bit More Personal album artwork. There's more Britney Spears album artwork right there. This is the artwork for the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. I just love all the pictures from the movie. More Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink and Blondie artwork. More Nirvana artwork from the Nevermind album. And yeah. Apologies for the brief interruption in this video, but I just felt like because I was doing a CD collection video that I should include this one. This is a MCR Black Parade CD. This one is from 2006. I did not own this one. I owned another Black Parade CD that sadly made it into that pit of donations that my parents did. So here I have purchased this one from eBay recently. I just recently found out that they're selling Black Parade CDs in stores now because MCR is now on tour again. I actually have it to do a comparison. This is what they're selling in stores now, and this is what I got from eBay. This is in 2006, this is in 2025. And I loved this one because it has a slip cover on the CD itself. Here's the back of it. And then underneath it says printed in 2006. And then this one, the cover just slips off like so, revealing the artwork. And I'll do a comparison of the CD too. So here's the CD in the front, no slip cover. Then here's this one. And then here are the backs of both CDs. 2006 CD looks like this when you open it with the artwork inside. And then here's the other one. That is the exact same artwork that's in the front. You can tell there's like a slight difference in contrast. This is the current one. This is the one from 2006. Even the CDs, there's like a slight contrast there. Original cover art. This is what it looks like. The other side. And then it opens up to an iconic Black Parade poster. This is why I think CDs are so important, because they come with artwork. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So here's the cover art, but instead of this drawing continuing onto all four sides of it, it has the MCR Black Parade picture there. Then here's the back side. We open it up to a Black Parade poster. I want to know, like, do they look ever so slightly different? The 2006 one is like slightly warmer. You can clearly see that there is a slight contrast. This reminds me of a funny story that I have when I was in school. I remember this girl. I remember her name was Karina. I don't think she's ever gonna see this, so I don't really care about saying her real name. But she had that My Chemical Romance Black Parade like collection set that had like the storybook, and there were other things in there. And I remember she brought it at the lunch table, and there were all these kids looking at it. And I remember being so jealous of her, like having that, being like, oh my god, that looks so cool. But I think she got it from the concert that she went to. I wish I knew what happened to that girl. She was pretty cool. But I just remember her bringing that out and being mesmerized by everything. And a couple of years ago, I went on eBay to see if I could find it, and I did. And they're selling it for like really expensive prices, obviously. And it was like $200. And I went to go pay for it, and I did. I paid for it, but it never showed up. So I had to file a thing with eBay. They gave me my money back, but I was just disappointed because it wasn't about the money. It was just that I didn't get what I thought I was going to be getting. So maybe one day, I think this will do for now, but maybe one day I'll get my MCR Black Parade collection set. But I really love this album. This CD cover I think looks so cool. I feel like we're so cooked when it comes to being on our phones all the time and listening to music on Spotify and like Apple Music. Like I just really would like to just change my CD and have a little activity when I'm changing music, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to insert those CDs in here with the collection video. Now back into regular programming. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys. I mean, it's honestly pretty crazy if you ask me. But you know, it's just whatever.